And maybe I can tell you that this is the day that the Lord has made, and I'm so glad and rejoicing in it. The sun is shining. Thank you to our sponsors, Pine King, Fearhouse Group, JD Sports, Snap Printing. Hey, you need a real smile with dynamic design. Thank you. Deploy RWC Sutherland Shire. Developer, thank you. About Properties, Harper Jack Haulage. They carry anything, anywhere, anytime. Tia Vez, thank you. The Wreckers. That's right, call our Wreckers if you want to get down. Sunday Ride and Reborn Athletic. Our sponsors, thank you so much. Of course, our major, Dominic GWM. Mention Sharks anytime at Dominic GWM and you receive exclusive fleet pricing on all new cars. Come on down.
It's like, oh, I'm getting the ball shooting, and then he'll tell me to take it off the fucking out. Like, did you there's a reason why you quit the Oh, Jack, you know what I was saying? Oh, Jaden, I don't know why I was saying payment, and then I realised, yeah, I realised that still delirious from the outback. Wait, I'm on a fucking birthday. No, not anymore. That one, Wait, to be fair, we had like Terry Payne playing there.
Yeah, they get it, 20.
Wait, we haven't lost in 6 weeks. We haven't won in 6 weeks. We haven't lost in 6 weeks. Yeah, he's a top one. That's a lie.
And a little continuation with our sponsors, please. Nectar Fruits, thank you. Crossline Motorcycles, Loan Market Capital, thank you. For all your interiors, it is K-Edge. Peak Facilities, SKG, Join, NESC Electrical, Mist Irrigation, and of course for all coatings, it is Sharks. We are proud to have you part of our Sharks family. Thank you for all your support today, tomorrow, and in the future. We look forward to today's match day sponsor is Domino GWM, a proud supporter of the Sharks. Thank you so much to the Domino team helping make today's event possible. A big shout out to you and all your fans and all your family. Thank you so much. Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to Sutherland Sharks home ground. This is the house of pain for anybody that comes into this domain. Reverend Howard, God bless you, sir.
was thinking, I just think we're going to go there. Can't hang out with mates and sit
We'd like to welcome the professional drinkers in the Smithies Bar on the top balcony. Welcome. And of course to us plebs on here in the stands. Well, thank you so much for coming out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for bringing your chins out. Thank you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. The sun's been shining amazingly. There's going to be some great football played on the pitch. This is a local derby, Sutherland Sharks versus St George. Come on down, please. Okay, we're going to have a kickoff in a few moments. Thank you so much for coming out. We've got some great entertainment throughout the afternoon and into the evening. So thank you. In a moment, the teams. The clash is about to get underway. Can we get a little bit of tension in here? Open your mouths, make some noise, something. Oh yeah, let's clap a little bit, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a round 20 clash, of course, Sutherland Sharks versus St George. The coaches are Misselli, the Taras, Savolis, and of course, managers Brian Reed. And here we go, Janaskos, Rodish, Kalagura, O'Shea, Souris, Poon, Antonu, Antonio, Wright, Skatari, Cito, Siren, of course, on the bench, O'Shea, Yelchin, Yona, Axford, Tayuka, and Kambonovich. Ladies and gentlemen, that is St George. Here we go with the Sutherland Sharks. Zoric, and of course John Coletta. And the starting lineup is Isage, McDonald, Roberts, Fields, Ahmed, Petratos, Arimoto, Moritz, Katsuta, Fernandez, McGowan on the bench. Trezor-Glavic, get that right. Trezor-Glavic, Sullivan, Garner, Arantz, Anderson, and Daniel Wong. Ladies and gentlemen, round 20, St. George, Sutherland Sharks, coming up, the first half of action.
Number 15, Matthew Morich. Number 17, Richard Choweki. Number 22, Arturo Katsuta. Number 23, Mason Fernandez. And number 44, Ty McGowan. And that is how the Sutherland Sharks line up today.
St. George, they line up as follows. Troy Damascus as captain, number 3. Number 4, Mark Rogic. Number 5, Nicholas Kaguru. Number 7, Aidan O'Shea. Number 8, Evangelo Solis. Number 14, Justin Poon. Number 15, Byron Antonio. Number 16, Caden Wright. Number 19, Nikola Štakic. Number 27, Jaden Sito. And number 99, in goals, Mackenzie Solomon. Abs, looks like a wonderful game of football here. We're about to kick off.
Now. But again, it's a beautiful day. The crowd has turned out, and I think we're expecting a good game. Again, it's both sides that are looking to reinvigorate their season. The top 6 is starting to shape, but it doesn't mean these teams here don't have anything to play for. So, should be able to kick off any moment soon.
St. George attacking from right to left.
And we're off Tom.
We are off with St. George holding the ball, retaining possession of kicking. Abs, what's your thoughts? If you won the coin toss, would you like to start with the ball or pick the way? Are you a superstitious man like that?
Personally, for me, it's a beautiful side of Sydney, and whatever way, playing left to right, right to left, shouldn't make a difference. Football is football. Here we go.
St. George on the attack with Matthew Morich.
Evangelo Souris. Look, I think Evangelo is going to have a good game today. You know, the way he's shaped up, especially against Marconi last week. You know, he looked a danger in that midfield attacking zone, as we could see him now pressing off the ball. Right. But again, you know, despite Sutherland's form earlier in the season, they're slowly finding their feet.
They're a quality side here.
There we go. They're coming through. Petratos.
Marco with a good tackle. Up on the ball here.
But expect St. George to have a lot of the possession. I think with the way they play, especially against a team like Sutherland, who generally they don't do it intentionally, but will naturally give up a lot of possession. And as we saw against the Wanderers a few weeks ago, they hit them on the counter, and I think that's when they play their best football. Here we go. I believe that's Caligaru on the ball.
Matthew Skateric. I like it. They're a good idea.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm excited to see a bit of Katsuta today. Watching him the last few weeks, especially as the Sutherland Sharks team looks to continue to grow in this competition, he could be a shining light, and they're slowly finding their feet. I remember the first 3-4 weeks of this competition, they were playing a brand of football that was exciting.
They were
efficient.
Yep.
But as the season goes, as injuries happen, they slowly deteriorate. Here we go.
Bit of a frantic start here, Abs.
Arimoto.
Oh. They are on.
Through.
Petratos
makes it 1-0 to the Sutherland Sharks. That is a goal within. Wow.
Within about 4 minutes here. Just we were talking about a team trying to establish a lead, trying to establish a stronghold on this game. The Sutherland Sharks have done that. Abs, Petratos, it's a wonderful finish.
Mate, he's got a double, and he's back again today. Look, we are. I believe the clock's not working yet, but we are about 5 minutes into this game, and that is a beautiful strike. It's a composed finish, and it sets the Sutherland Sharks 1-0. St. George have a lot of work to do to rewrite that, because they have had a lot of the ball gone forward.
They have.
And it's taken them one chance, and they're ahead. But
Abs, there is nothing better than an early goal. Mate. There really is, and when your brother's Dimitri Petratos, Abs, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's a wonderful finish, though, Abs.
He's got a long name, Eurosimarcus Petratos, but with the finishes like that, there's nothing long about them. It's short, it gets the job done, and But we're back in action now. What do you think? What does St. George have to do to not let this early Sutherland lead get to their heads?
Abs I alluded to before. I think they just need to try and establish a stronghold. I think they started the game off really, really well in those first 5 minutes. However, no team has managed to put 2 or 3 passes together. And hopefully, I think if St. George sit, settle, and actually get maybe a strong hold into this game, Abs, I don't think it would be no stretch of my imagination if they could get one back here.
Yeah, look, as we say, it should be a foul given to St. George. Both these teams did have strong starts to the season.
Really strong.
St. George FC were flirting with the top 6 at one point. Sutherland, the first 4 or 5 rounds of the competition. Yes, I believe they faced heavy defeat to Olympic during there, but generally picked up most of their wins then. Prior to their win against the Wanderers, like we said, they had gone 9 games without a win. So here we go.
It's a foul there. Could be a yellow. It is not. Cynical foul there from St. George. Abdul, with stuff like that, for example, every second ball, Sutherland are winning.
Yeah.
And I think if St. George want to get anything out of this game, I think they need to start, and they need to start quickly.
Yeah, on our way through.
Nicholas Katric holds onto the ball nicely, wins a throw-in for his team.
They look to take the quick throw-in. Gone back. Sutherland are back in possession. He's going to just miss the ball to Petrados there.
Raw red there.
They are back in possession. They're going all the way back to the defence, resetting. Mate, here we go.
Calm and composed here. Not the best ball out, but well retained. Nicholas Katric does have the ball, though, with time. Great ball.
Go. St. George, number 14. Oh, it's a great save by Daniel Nizic.
It's a great save, Abs. It's a great save. Abs, do you reckon Justin Poon will be a bit upset there with himself? Do you reckon he could have made that the equaliser within the first 10 minutes?
100%. Yeah, look, you've got to pick your corner and just hit it. And I'm no professional footballer myself. But, and it's not as, easy said as that.
Definitely not.
It is definitely not. But I think when it does come to these type of chances, you just have to pick your corner and just hit it as hard as you can. And for a keeper, it does make it difficult. But Daniel Nizic is an experienced keeper. He's been around in Australian football for quite a bit, and he knows what he's doing. So here we go, corner.
We are underway. Low corner. Results in a goal kick.
Fortunate there. Aidan O'Shea with a missed strike.
Just on Daniel Nizic, Abs, obviously he's been in the Wanderers setup.
Yep.
Played for Sydney United as well, Abs, in that amazing Australia Cup run they had. Abs, he's got a lot worth of experience, and I think that's why Sutherland, he'll be massive to their top 6 chances. Yeah. Massive.
100%. And I definitely think that there's, when it comes to the experience and the reliance they have had on Daniel Nizic this season, it's justified because, despite the results, despite things not going their way, he's been able to keep them in games for as long, and you need that. You need that experience. It's a fairly young team as well. You got Petrados, he's back on the ball. He does play it through. I don't think Arimoto could capitalise on that just yet. But so it's
still with him.
Hey. Katsuta's still hanging around.
St. George throw. Abs, the scoreboard is back up and running. Yep. Which the clock as well.
We're 6 minutes in. So, hey, for once it benefited to actually watch a stream instead of going to a game. You actually had the clock running there for you. But no, it's look, it's been an exciting start to the game. We're looking at an open game today. We're looking at a game where we're going to see a lot of chances from both teams, and if it is going to be anything like the first 5 minutes here, we could have a high goal scoring game on our hands.
Abs, at the end of the day, it's a derby. We can tell here that the crowd's turned out. Yeah. And I think anything's open here. As St. George look to attack, it's a brilliant ball.
I believe that's Aidan O'Shea there, but Lachlan McDonald does a good job to be able to send that out for a corner. No, I believe that's a throw in.
That's a very tough angle from this commentator's box, but we make it work.
Yeah.
And Nicholas Karieglu will be taking that throw. Oh, lovely footwork, unlucky. Retain possession here with the Sutherland Sharks, throwing with Arimoto to take. Abdul, what do you think of Arimoto this year so far?
Yeah, no, he's definitely had...
Especially as a fullback, I think he exerts himself well and he likes to go forward, which I think the modern-day fullback's required to do that.
Yeah, no, 100%. And, you look at his size and his stature, he's very much that modern fullback where he's able to get up, he's got that stature, he wins all the balls in the air, he's able to get up and down the ground pretty quickly. So he's one to look out for as he's taking the throw in here. But I believe my mistake, we may have left out Jordan Roberts out of the lineup at the start.
Jordan Roberts
might have been a quick change there, but Look, he's definitely going to be a handful to take care of for Caligeru. So I think when it comes to defending him, as you can see, he's that zippy kind of winger. He likes to get up the field pretty quickly, and he's able to take in the spaces that are left behind. Yeah, it's a
Strong
great
challenge. Arimoto does well. And with him now as well. Decent ball in. Well dealt with by St. George.
Look, Jaden Cito's done well there to get in front of Petrados and be able to effectively, Petrados is one of those, he'll get in behind. He'll be able to go shoulder to shoulder with you and as well turn his back to the defence. So you do need quite the physicality to be able to deal with him.
Oh, beautifully worked by Sutherland. Beautifully worked. It's a decent ball in.
So that's time to go on the ball.
Beautiful challenge.
Should be out for a corner.
It is.
All right, 9 minutes in. I believe that's our third or fourth corner of the game. It's exciting. We don't often get these type of games in the NPL.
In the first 10 minutes at all.
Yeah, but when we do, it's quite the treat. And, if, let's just say, St. George are to get one back, or Sutherland potentially go for a second, this could be the game that turns their season around. They're a team that obviously don't want to be sitting in 13th at this part of the season. Here we go.
First in, still there with Sutherland. He's going to have a hit.
Petrados.
Beautiful save. Abs St. George playing with them. Playing with danger here.
Mohamed Ahmed done well there to try to rescue it. There we go.
Back here.
Back into the box.
It is a foul there.
Look, this is a dangerous area. To give a foul there within striking distance, it's. Do you think they'll be able to potentially get it on target from there? Or
I think it was brilliant work by Mason Fernandez.
Yeah.
He just did a little bit of a, they call it, I don't know what the kids call it. I call it a la croqueta. Some people call it whatever you want to call it.
A shimmy.
Yeah, body fake, that's whatever you want to call it. Brilliant work, and he's earned his team a really, really promising free kick in a dangerous position. And Jordan Roberts looks to be standing over in Abs.
Here we go.
He's going to hit it. Does.
Oh.
And he earns his team a corner. And he looks to be taking this corner as well.
Look, it was a good strike. I think he had the right height, but obviously it's not easy getting it above that wall, back under it, and in the right space. It's Here we go. Jordan Roberts on this corner. Puts it in the box.
High and at the back post.
Ooh, that's time ago on there.
Abs again. Sutherland winning every first contact.
Yeah, and again, it goes back, like I said, earlier in the season, they're going back to playing that style of football that works so well for them. Yeah, I remember watching the one, I believe it was a 1-0 win over the Wanderers earlier in the year, and what they were really able to do is win that second ball. They were able to be efficient on the ball, and then when they did get in front of goal, they made sure to score. Like, I know it sounds a lot easier said than done, but when you win that second ball, when you're able to kind of fight and win your duels, it makes the back end of the game easier.
I agree.
You've already put in that hard work. It's a matter of just applying your finishing. And we've seen it already with Petrados.
Good ball from Mark Rodic.
There we go. Jordan Roberts tracking back.
Justin Poon on it. Arimoto, good defending. Earns his team a goal kick. Abs, I think Arimoto's been really, really good today. Been positive. And I think Justin Poon is in for a tough afternoon here at Seymour Shaw.
100%. Now, I'm keen to see what Jordan Roberts can offer.
I agree.
He's one that's kind of caught my eye in early moments.
He's experienced as well. Very experienced.
Yeah, and the other thing with Sutherland as well, and you'll watch it here as they look to build from the attack, the way Petrados plays and positions himself, and the way he's able to bring in not just his wingers but his midfield into the game as well. We've seen it in the early moments with, Katsuta as well, with Jordan Roberts being able to have those chances because of his positioning. But I think they're about to go long.
Daniel Nezic does go long. Who wins the first contact? St. George this time. Good. However, second duel is won. Straight away, Jordan Roberts looks to spring forward. Gets on the end of it, puts a ball in. Wins his team a corner. Again, Abs, really positive by St. George. Yep. But, however, straight away, Sutherland Sharks win it back on the second duel.
Obviously, credit to that, but we've seen the last 3 or 4 chances they've had. Ty McGowan's been able to get in the right place at the right time, and it's certainly benefiting his team. I think we're about to see him again. He likes to float towards that back post. Number 44, see him on your screen.
Mason Fernandez asking for a short. Roberts rejects it.
Ooh, that's
Goes deep.
Moric on the ball. Whips it back in.
Dangerous.
Petrados. Oh.
Out we go. No.
No, I believe that was a handball in the box there. But we saw him try to juggle it.
Mackenzie Siron kicks us back off.
No, Marcus Petrados, mate. He's quite the tricky one. But
Abs, he comes from a plethora of footballers from the Petrados name.
yeah. Look, it's rich history. Like, it goes back. We chatted about it last week. This league has so much history.
They do.
You know, even with
Mark Rodic, good ball. Oh. Unlucky there from St. George. Abs, what do you think of Mark Rodic so far? Trying to play it from the back, just trying to settle St. George into this game.
Yeah, he's definitely done a good job in that sense. But if you actually look at the way St. George is set up and the way they want to attack, like Justin Poon at the moment spend more time helping out his fullback than he has in attack. And it hasn't necessarily been, easy for them to get forward because look how many numbers they have to shift. As we can see here, they're pushing forward as one team. As we said, Nizic
Nicholas Skaratos follow in. Nizic does send it high and long.
Yeah.
Well dealt with by St. George. Yeah. And the second contact is won by St. George. A lot better from St. George.
Yeah, and even when it comes to, like I said, with the way St. George, they're being stretched by Sutherland.
They are.
And when they're having to attack, they're having to run a lot more. They're having to push up a lot more than Sutherland have had to in this first half. And that's purely down to the fact of, like we said, winning that second ball, the way Sutherland are working hard for it. It's forcing the wingers, it's forcing the midfielders to go with the defenders at the back. And, as we've seen in multiple games, when you start doing that and you start having to track back more than you are going forward,
correct,
it only fatigues you from there. So we'll see whether St. George can hold a bit of possession here and be able to recapitalise, some dominance into this game.
It's going to be an interesting second half, because I think you've just alluded to that really, really well.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting after that 60th minute mark.
Yeah. There we go. See Caligieri's taken up a position in midfield.
Mark Rodic, good ball to Justin Poon. Looks to take on Arimoto. He's got the pace, definitely. He does get in front of him. Roberts, brilliant defending.
And off the floor.
Oh, Arimoto, wow. Beautiful. Calm and composed here from Sutherland. Well worked here. Arimoto takes him down the line. Great defending there by St. George.
Look, he's got to be able to, like, as we've seen, Caligieri's taken up a position in midfield. He's up or playing fullback today, and he's also gone up to support the attack. Now, had Arimoto gotten past him, they were in danger because they would have been outnumbered there. So that's credit to Caligieri.
Absolutely.
If he's not coming back, if he's not doing his duties in defence when he's pushing up forward as well, it's trouble time. But I think, like I said, we're looking forward to an exciting game. Here we go.
Well dealt with by St. George. I believe that was Mark Rodic once again. As I think Mark Rodic to this St. George side is a Nizic to this Sutherland side. I think he's absolutely vital.
100%. And another one at St. George is Troy Danaskas as well. They're the skipper.
Yep.
He's very well experienced. Fun fact as well. Used to work with his uncle.
Did you, Abs?
Yes.
Do you want to reveal that workplace?
No, I don't.
Good man.
But yeah, he used to work with his uncle. Just told me stories and stories about Troy and how well the player is. And then I believe earlier this season scored a double. Oh, here we go. Nah. But yeah, back on Troy Danaskas. They were trying to understand what the MC is trying to say on the mic.
8 years and under, Abs, you might be in a run for a Sutherland Sharks cert.
It's beautiful, it's stuff like this at the game where you come in, you create an experience. Mum and dad are up there at the bar having a drink. The kids are down there playing the jumping castle. Yeah. Everyone's packed out here watching the game. The juniors, I believe, they come on at halftime.
This is football, Abs.
This is football. Correct. This is the atmosphere they want to create, and it's such a...
Oh, not the best ball in. Sutherland could look to break. St. George well recovered. That's the second balls, and they spring off this, which is good. Off with Aidan O'Shea. Still going. Mark Mordich. Nizic will look to let that run out and kick off with the goal kick. Abs, as you alluded to before, sorry for the... Mark Mordich was making a beautiful run there, Abs.
Yeah. No, 100%. You want to have a day where you can bring the kids down, bring the family down. And Sutherland have done such a good job with the renovations of the stadium and being able to create an atmosphere. And that's probably the most important thing. We're fortunate enough with the NPL to have different teams in close proximity.
Different cultures.
Be able to have different atmospheres at every game. And, they've really taken on, the Sutherland Shire, the Shire culture here at the stadium. And you can see it. It's a beautiful sight. Like, if you look at the bar over there, it's quite full. The stands over here, it's full, and hopefully as time goes on and as the club continues to grow, you start to see the stands and behind each goal to fill up even more. We've probably got an excess of 500-600 people here today.
Easily.
And, that's saying a lot considering some of the crowds we've seen here in the NPL. So it's, that's well done to Sutherland Sharks. But back onto the actual football itself. Sutherland have a throw-in. I believe that is Lachlan McDonald on the throw-in there.
Lachlan, mate, whenever you're ready.
I think Petrados is there. He's trying to point, see where
it's a long throw. Well dealt with. Good effort there by Sutherland. They do retain it.
Yeah, Matthew Morridge there. Should be another throw-in. Yeah, McDonald's back on the throw-in again, I believe. Yeah, he'll go long. Try to find Petrados once more. Or McGowan.
I think we've got a bit of a Rory Delapia at the Hello Seaboard Shore. Still in.
McGowan on the ball.
On the best ball in. We will resume play with a St. George goal kick from Mackenzie.
Sorry to stretch you there. That looks like a corner.
Is it, Abs?
Yes.
Abs, like I said last week on Comms at Rockdale, mate, I'm going to need some glasses here soon.
Oh, mate, I'll send you to my optometrist who's prescribed me with my...
Are you a OPSM or a Specsavers?
I got my own optometrist, mate.
Oh, your own one, Abs. Private one.
Here we go. Believe that's Jordan Roberts on the corner.
Interesting, Abs is taking both sides, the left and the right corner. Let's see how the delivery is.
It's gone in the box.
In the danger zone.
It's out to Mordic.
Mordic back in.
It's safe hands by the keeper, by Siren.
Abs number 99 for a keeper instead of number 1. Interesting.
Yeah, well, Gianluigi Donnarumma made that famous a couple of years ago. So,
and AC Milan he did.
Yeah. Maybe chat with him after the game. Maybe there's a bit of inspiration there. Who knows? There we go. Look, they've done well in the sense of the possession game. Sutherland have definitely been able to, like I said, with the pressing, with the way they're playing, they're able to force St. George to be able to kick it out or kick it long a lot of the time and maintain the ball. We haven't seen much St. George attack for this last 10 minutes.
We haven't.
No.
Well dealt with there by St. George.
Yeah. But even in the way they're setting up, you look when they push up. Obviously, you got your fullbacks pushing up a bit higher to limit the wide attack of St. George FC. But then the main thing for me is you look at the way that Justin Poon is effectively sitting. Look at where he's sitting in the attack.
Absolutely.
He's constantly being marked by Katsuta.
And look at this. He's just going to go wide.
There we go.
To Amirato. And he's off. Not the best ball there from yourself. I think he'll admit that as well.
Yeah,
again, Abs, you're right.
It's the way the midfield's doing their job, Tom. It's the way the midfield's been able to effectively, go player to player, force them down the middle, and then when they do turn the ball over, you've got that space through Arimoto down one side and potentially Lachlan McDonald down the other. But they're also, you look at the way Arimoto positions themselves, they're comfortable defending in a 3 at the back. So whether it's McDonald or Arimoto pushing forward, they've got a really good connection there. Like you'll notice now, Arimoto's pushing up, Lachlan McDonald will go wide.
Rovic done well.
And then once Arimoto comes back and Lachlan McDonald needs to go forward, he'll be able to push himself
ball
there.
in. Should be dealt with here by Lachlan Fields, and it is dealt with.
Yeah. No, but it's credit to, like I said, credit to Sutherland, credit to, you look at the side, and even when you've got someone like Steve Zorich at their home, credit to Sutherland for sticking with it, because there's a lot to learn. Like we said, it's a young side, some senior players in there, but he's done well reshaping the team and giving them some confidence after a really unfortunate run of form.
Nikola Skatric with the ball, sprays it wide to Troy Danaskis. Ball's in to Skatric, makes contact. Justin Poon looks to recover, recycles, and chooses to settle his possession with Mark Rodic. Abs, it's a bit better from St. George there. It's not rushed.
Yeah.
Looking to just settle into the game. Abby's obviously 22 minutes to settle in is not ideal.
Yeah.
Especially after a great start by Sutherland. And again here, just silly. Petrados. Oh, not needed there.
In a dangerous area. Okay. Santonu, unfortunately, it's in his hands.
Or his feet, Abs.
Sutherland, hands now, but yeah, Sutherland will want to control this game. You don't want to give St. George a sniff, because let's remember here, St. George held Marconi of all sides last week to
It was an incredible result.
Yeah, they're able to go toe-to-toe with you. Here we go. They're through. That's Lachlan McDonald on the ball.
Great ball in.
Yeah, and that is there with Siren. All right. Yeah, they got to utilise Troy Danaskis as well. We saw just earlier there, he's able to get in the dangerous positions and be able to put that cross in. He's got a dangerous cross on him.
Absolutely, he's got a dangerous, again there, not the best ball there from Troy, but I think what Troy does really well is provides a lot of width to this team.
Yeah.
Provides a lot of width because by Antonio likes to go really inside. Yeah. He cuts those angles really well and he allows the Danaskis to hug the touchline.
100%, and like I said with Skataric, if he can get himself in the right position, definitely be fine. But I worry about the positioning of Poon, in the sense of the way Sutherland have played this game, it's forced him so much more central to the point where Sutherland have had so much freedom down the left side when they've been attacking.
I agree.
So you watch when they turn the ball over next time. There we go, the cross is in the box, should be cleared back out.
Jordan Roberts looks to retain, does. Ty McGowan. Not the best ball. Arimoto will recover. He's done well. Done really well. Nicholas Katoric keeps it in. Well work there. Can they retain anything? No. Jordan Roberts does well. McGowan plays him in. Jordan Roberts. Handball shout there, maybe. Referee yells play on.
See him patting at his chest. He believes they hit the chest. Arimoto. Ooh.
Unlucky there.
Katsuta's back on the ball. Back to Arimoto.
Beautifully worked there from Arimoto.
On the ball. Holding it up really well. Back to Katsuta.
Great ball in. Arimoto. Sutherland playing beautiful football here.
Mason Fernandez there. Almost getting past. And you know what? Gets past the defender there. You're one-on-one with the keeper. And the way Sutherland, I know there's a Sutherland strikers down the road somewhere here, but the way the Sutherland Sharks are striking it today.
I walked in, I thought it was Camp Nou Barcelona, La Masia Academy here, because some of those passes, Abs, was incredible.
Yeah, man.
Beautifully worked.
Beautiful football.
It is.
We go. I believe that's Roberts on the corner again.
Abs, his last few corners, they've been high and deep.
Yeah.
Let's see if he tries to do that again. Here with his delivery. Does look like it is high and deep.
Arimoto
makes contact. Beautifully brought down. McGowan. Well worked. Beautifully in. I believe this is locked for Fields. Roberts.
Back out for another corner.
It's another corner here.
Yeah, great block by Suris. He's done a good job there, getting in the way. But man, it's all Sutherland. It's all been sky blue. So
Abs, obviously at home you want to assert yourself, but are you at all a bit shocked by them only having 4 wins this year? Because the way they've come out today in the local derby at their home is incredible.
Yeah, look, they've turned up today, but they've also been in great form for the last few weeks since their win against the Wanderers. And every team goes through bad patches. Here we go. Let's just make this corner.
Beautiful ball in.
Oh.
Siren roll out.
Ooh.
John Roberts looks to keep it in. I believe it's another corner here for Sutherland Sharks.
Mate, it's corner town here at Seymour Shore. Last week was the same thing. It was the same thing. Whenever we're on commentary, mate, we seem to have a multitude of corners. But Roberts is on the corner. Hands are up. Crosses it in.
Beautiful delivery again. Who's going to react first? Nicholas Katoric.
That's
throwing for Sutherland Sharks.
That's great work there by Katsuta. Great work. Being able to get in against the bigger body as well.
He is a big boy, Nicholas Katoric.
Yeah. He's definitely. Yeah, look, like we said, St. George still have plenty of time to get back into this game.
Smart throw there from Arimoto. Does well from McGowan.
There we go. Moric.
Hits it.
It's unfortunate. That's a wasted chance right there. But again, he's been lively midfield. Matthew
Van Moric.
Yeah.
That's a fun fact. I actually know Matthew Moric.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where from?
No comment, Abs.
But
receives the ball there. Matthew, seen it. Well done. Off here with Daniel Nizic.
It's interesting. Arimoto's taken up a central position.
Yeah, I believe he's just covering there for Lachlan Fields. Lachlan Fields will come in. Arimoto will go back out eventually there. And he looks to do just that, Abs. Beautiful switch there with the intended target. Jordan Roberts does get there. However, a crucial block from Karigrelu. Make sure it is just a goal kick.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting the bounce of the ball there to come off the defender. So, but could have been a well-taken chance if he had jumped on it. Here we go. That's Siren.
Abs, what do you think of Siren's performance today?
Oh, look, he's done well. He's obviously considered a goal, but when he's where
Not
he's
his
needed
fault,
to be.
I don't think.
No, you can only do so much as a keeper at
Correct.
the end of the day, and you know, with the chances that he's had come his way, all the blocks, everything that he's done so far, he's done a good job. But his game hasn't necessarily been about the keepers today. It's very much, you know, you take your chances, you're going to win the game today, and it's one of those. And I know it sounds like very much a Michael Owen quote, but you know, if you score, you win. There you go.
Abs, I'm just not a computer.
There you go. St. George have a foul there.
Looks to play quick.
Damascus.
Does.
Yeah, expect to see Damascus. There we go. Expect to see Damascus take a much higher position up the field.
Nicholas Hutchins looks to press. We'll resume with a Sutherland Sharks throw. I think these last 3 or 4 minutes, the sting out of the game just been taken out a bit.
Yeah.
I think we're just getting used to Sutherland here looking happy to not consent with the 1-0 abs, but I think they're just maybe saving themselves a bit for the second half because it looks like I'm not going to dare question the intensity, but it looks like the sting's been taken out of the game a bit.
Yeah, I think obviously with such an explosive start in the beginning,
good point.
it's you can't maintain that for 90 minutes. You can't. It's not one of those games where you're going to be able to run it for, you know, again, this is the NPL New South Wales. There we go. Great competition, but at the same time, you also got to understand we don't see many teams that can go for 90 minutes at that intensity in this league. So, yes, this thing that's been taken out of the game, but I believe the quality still remain there.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, Sutherland, they've maintained that pressure, not to the intensity they did in the first 10 minutes. The tactical side, that hasn't worn off. We're not seeing any sloppiness just yet. So,
they've been excellent.
Yeah, it's been excellent from both sides, despite it only being 1-0.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Not going to curse anything, but I do think there'll be. I think there'll be at least a couple more goals in this game because it looks like both teams are lively.
Yeah, and they're sticking with their guns.
Oh, just a bit of miscommunication there from St. George. Justin Poon does do well to recover. Mark Rodic just looking to settle down his centre-back partner there.
Yeah,
Jaden Situ.
Yeah, and especially with Sito and Rodic, it's definitely they've had a tough one. It's just constant hammering down the wings, and when you're a centre back and you're constantly being attacked down the flank, here we go as they go back to Rodic.
Sito's done well there.
Caligero on the board there. Try to play Poon.
Just the Poon looks to be in. He's held up against Arimoto. Poon's done well.
Great work by the Sutherland defence.
It is that because you look at it, Mordic has come across there and he's won the ball again.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So it's always St. George are doing well, but they're only attacking with one here. Yeah. And straight away, look, Sutherland, 3-man, Tom McGowan, Silly there to cough up possession. This looks to reset, and look at the starting position of the mask straight away. Wide, straight away. Looks to generate that width there from St. George.
There we go, Petrados. Intercepts in there. That's strong shoulder to shoulder. That's well done there by the striker. There you go. And you see the press now.
Look at it. There we go.
And
Skateric.
No pun intended, but when they do lose the ball, they circle like sharks.
Yeah, they do.
They genuinely do.
Nice one, Abs.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, mate. It's in my 1001 dad jokes book. Nah, but in all seriousness, when they lose the ball, the fight they have, and that's been instilled in them. To win that second ball is the most important thing, and I'm a big believer in that in football. If you can win that second ball, you can do anything.
Absolutely, Abs, and I think if you look at it, a lot of coaches point at those high levels where whoever wins the majority of those second duels obviously gets more of the possession, thus, in theory, creating more chance. And I think that's been one of the key qualities there from Steve Zorich. Yeah. In these past 4 or 5 weeks, they've won that many second battle duels. Yeah. It's incredible, and they've done that.
Yeah, and the results haven't necessarily gone their way. In saying that, like they've had a great last 4 weeks of the competition. Results haven't always gone their way, but you could see the quality, you could see the intensity. McGowan.
It's a good challenge there. It's a great challenge.
I believe that's Mason Fernandez.
Oh, beautiful work there. It's a beautiful ball.
Behind.
He's still got it.
Caligero there, mate.
Just does enough.
That is, a goal saver.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because I believe Justin Roberts pushing the back there.
Away, yeah. 2 hands in the back.
Now that is not a yellow card saver, Abs. He's lucky there. I'll be honest. Two hands in the back.
I think the referee, there was a yellow card save. I could have very potentially been a yellow card, but again, credit to the referee as well. He's called it down the middle today in the sense of, you're letting the game flow, and
it's important.
It's important,
especially in a derby, Abs.
Yeah, 100%. You go. Yeah, I might believe that's Nizic playing it long.
John
Roberts trying to find Arimoto there was.
He's Petrados. Just got caught up there. Beautiful work by Evangelos Soris.
Fields plays in Moric. Arimoto, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Arimoto's got the ball. Probably will play Moric back
to Matthew.
inside.
Matthew Moric does well.
Roberts. Ooh.
Jordan Roberts there. Just a bit of miscommunication between him and Moric there.
Yeah, but the rotation in the way they're switching positions, it's
superb.
smooth. It's silky. And even on the eye, it's looking...
Oh, that's a high one. It's a late one from Sutherland, and he's the first player to go into the book, Abs. Any surprise to the St. George player?
Not in that sense. I think it was a fairly, could have been a dangerous challenge there. You know, the collision was coming, and it's hard to judge. It's very hard to judge those challenges, because if you miss time, mate, you've put your studs in someone's leg or something.
Abs, I agree. I think it is mistimed, but I think the intensity from some of the Sharks have frustrated St. George. And I think that's clear to see, because Moric is there, he's got all the time in the world. Sutherland came in, frustrated. Absolutely frustrated.
Definitely. With some chips.
It's looking tasty, I'll tell you that.
They are tasty, and might grab some at half time. We're about 10 minutes away from half time, Tom. There we go.
Abs, 35 minutes in. Before you walked in the hallowed ground today at Seymour Shaw, any surprise here with what you've seen in the scoreline?
I wouldn't say no.
No.
Obviously, I'm a bit surprised at the amount of dominance Sutherland have had.
I agree.
Obviously, because St. George, generally, the way they play against, a lot of the other opposition, we've seen the opposite, almost switching roles. We've seen Sutherland dominate possession a lot more. Here we go. That's Mason Fernandez chasing the ball down there.
Cito, with a decent clearance, manages to keep it in play. Scutteridge trying to hold it up.
Yeah. And if people are wondering why we calling it the hallowed Seymour Shaw, it's a shout out to our fellow Football New South Wales commentator there, Christos.
Christos, yep.
He's taught us the name earlier this year, the hallowed Seymour Shaw. And that was pre-renovation,
yep.
But it's stuck with us since. So,
it has.
Yeah. Here we go.
Damascus does well, makes first contact.
I'd call Damascus one of those, like a coach's player. He does all the little things right. He works hard for the team. Obviously, he has his attacking forte as a fullback. But
he's got the arm man for a reason there, Abs.
100%. See Moric opening up space for the ball there. It'll be interesting to see whether Nizic goes long here.
Kasatuta does well. Arimoto, the intended target.
Still in play.
That came off Arimoto. Referee agrees. Thanks, ref.
Yeah, Kalijgeru on the ball there.
Just about 9 minutes left here until half-time at Seymour Shaw. Petrados does well.
Like a bulldozer. Roberts on the ball. Plays in McGowan.
McGowan's done well.
Looks to shape in.
Neat turn. Ooh. Referee
there.
hasn't called that. Cito.
I believe that's Katsuta on the ball.
He didn't bully.
Petrados in, and it's out for a Sutherland Sharks throw-in.
Abs, I thought that was I'll call it an interesting foul.
Yeah.
On their McGowan. I thought McGowan did really well. I think he's been excellent, Abs. I think he's been one of those solid achievers for Sutherland this year.
Oh, 100%. And he's growing as a player as well, playing alongside Petrados.
I believe he's quite young as well, Tom McGowan.
And here we go. McGowan's back on the board there, referee.
He asserts himself. I like it. It's a great play.
Balls there. Play on by the ref.
St. George look to break. Scuthridge has done well. Matthew Moric there will get a card. Scuthridge is having a few words.
I think Moric...
just a couple of shirt gubbins between them both.
A bit of a come between two players. Moric was having a bit of a tug-of-war there.
It was.
Yeah.
But Abs, I believe, was a crucial foul there from Moric. Because it would look to be for a second, a 3v3. Decent hit. From Aidan O'Shea. Nizic claims comfortably, though.
Look, O'Shea's been a lot quieter than usual this week. He's obviously a lot of the attack has come down the side of Justin Poon, but I think once he grows himself into the game a bit more, he'll be able to have that impact. And I think St. George really need to attack across both sides and not just...
Of course.
It has the way Sutherland have done it to St. George. And they're through down the right side. I believe that's McDonald on the ball.
Beautifully worked here. Still has it. Decent challenge there from St. George. McGowan. Wonderfully worked here by St. George. A bit better from them.
I say Moric has to be careful there with the tackle.
Wonderfully worked. Matthew Mordich back on the ball. Ooh. Just getting a bit scrappy here.
And this is their chance. They're going to hit him on the counter. Justin Poon looks to have gotten the ball there.
Arimoto showing him where he wants to go. Ooh, he's done well there. Justin Poon delivers it in. And no one's there, unfortunately, for St. George.
Dangerous ball there.
Definitely
a dangerous ball, but yeah, there was no one there, unfortunately. Troy Danaskas
back in,
with his signature
Abs.
cross. Ooh,
Wonderfully worked there.
By Arimoto. Can we call it a signature cross?
I've only seen it once today, Abs, unfortunately.
Has it been trademarked? The Danaskas cross.
The Danaskas cross.
No, he's definitely, like I said, he's
Speaking of Danaskas,
through
looks to
on
put a
goal.
ball in. Does. Wonderfully worked. Aiden O'Shea. Daniel Nizic. He's done well. Early release to Jordan Roberts. But Abs, as you alluded to before, he's a player that loves the space, and Danaskas has found that, and he can deliver a ball. We just saw that there.
Yeah, 100%. Petrados turns him. Just like his trying.
Rodic looks to put chase.
Oh.
Rodic has done well there. I believe Petrados did slip.
Might need to clean the studs there. Oh.
Justin Poon. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is a foul there.
Sutherland Sharks.
From Cito. Quick ball in.
Petrados is onside.
He's onside, and we play on here.
McDonald's with the ball. Back to Petrados. Crosses the ball in. There we go.
St. George with a decent clearance. Back to Matthew Mordich.
Bit of a Karate Kid kick.
Bit of a cameo there for West Ham. Jordan Roberts.
Unlucky deflection there.
Definitely pressed R1 circle there on the PlayStation controller. Did well, unlucky. St. George look to close out this 5 minutes.
Tom, if you're St. George FC
Yes.
here, are you pushing for that equaliser, or are you just trying to settle yourself back?
Definitely, Abs. I think if you go into a mentality with a derby,
Yeah.
and yes, it hasn't been the best half from St. George, but I think my words will be echoed there by Fabian Mitchell, the head coach of St. George. I think that's something that they need to do. And it's good intent here from St. George. We've sent a couple of more entries into the box, Abs, which is good. And here we are with the fullback there from St. George. Off to Justin Poon. Arimoto looks to stand him up. Doesn't. Great ball in. Ooh, strong challenge there.
Strong challenge there.
Deemed to be fair, though.
Nascus.
Jadon Cito. Off to Damascus. And we have a St. George corner. One of the few we've had this half, Abs.
Yeah. Now, look, like I said, Damascus is getting in those dangerous positions.
Yes, I think it's key to St. George.
Yeah, definitely to their attack, and they're not going to be able to attack Sutherland right down the middle. They've stacked the numbers in the middle. They've made it hard for them to attack in midfield, and you know we've been fortunate enough to see. There you go, they're just taking the corner.
Aiden O'Shea, decent delivery. Daniel Nizic cleans. I believe that he's gone from Caden Wrights
Yeah, that's gone over the fence.
onto the under-16s grand final there, Abs, from what I can see.
Some sort of game going on.
Some sort of game there. It's not a pickup game, guys. It's not a Sunday league game.
It's not the type of game you'd see on the streets of Sao Paulo. It's definitely one of those where I think it looks like a competition. I could see that it's either a goalkeeper or a referee down the other side. But back to the focus game here. Apologies there. I think Nizic will go along again. They'll try to push them back.
I'm surprised every goal kick that we've seen is intended to go long.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's working. You're sending your fullbacks up, Arimoto, and look, he's kicked it from the goal. It's pretty much 3/4 of the way down the field. And now they're back. They're pressing them. Like I said, they circle them like sharks. And there we go. And they've got the ball back. That's McGowan there. To Katsuta.
Mason Fernandez, unlucky there. St. George, a bit better there from St. George.
There we go, Mason Fernandez with a great
He's done
win.
brilliantly. This is dangerous. It's a 4-on-3 here. Beautiful ball to Petrados to make it 2. Just can't get it out of his feet there, Abs.
That's great work by Rodic.
Brilliant work.
Great work. He's pretty much saved the goal there because Petratos was lining it up on his left foot. And if he had strike that,
on that left foot,
without a doubt, he's scoring that goal there. Look, don't count him out here.
Still looking to press time McGowan.
He's collected the ball from under his feet. Back to Katsuta.
Here's Jordan
Back to
Roberts.
Ooh.
And not the best shot there from Jordan Roberts. I think he accidentally pressed square there.
Not enough curl on that one.
I'll tell you what, whatever the grand answer is, that
Great sense of humour.
great sense of humour. I think it needs a pay rise.
Hey, look, it's important for everyone to warm up, no matter what age you are. As the grand answer just said, no one likes to pull a hamstring, and he's not
It's
wrong.
very true.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Cyron looks to kick us off from the goal kick. Again, going long from both teams.
Tom, both teams have made it hard to build from the back.
Oh, Aiden O'Shea looked to assert himself, gets in front of him, wins a free kick. Aiden looks to be okay, thankfully.
I believe that's Lachlan Fields there that was involved there in the tackle. But yeah, the sun's starting to set here in Cronulla, and yeah, look, it's been a beautiful game so far.
It has.
As you can see on the camera there, the sun's setting in the background. Football's being played in front of a somewhat packed crowd out on this side. Unfortunately, you don't get to see the crowd down this side.
Abs, I'll tell you what more do you want?
Honestly, though, all jokes aside, what more do you want? Like Saturday afternoon, bring the kids down, bring the friends down as well, and yeah. Here we go. We see St George on the free kick, whipping it in.
Beautiful!
Nascus makes it 1-1 to Sutherland.
Nicholas Caligeru with a wonderful delivery. And Troy Danaskis, we've been speaking about him all game, Abs. Abs, it's not the commentator's curse, it's the commentator's luck for today here at Seymour Shaw.
It is. Again, he's been whipping him in all day. They paid him back the favour. It's a beautiful goal. The header was great, and I think at the end of the day, it's well-deserved for Troy.
It is.
Sutherland have been the dominant team, but I think individually, Troy Danaskis has definitely put his hand up for man of the match so far.
Yes.
And it's back to 1-1. It's level at Seymour Shaw. We're pretty much just at half-time.
Abs, we've got a minute here of added time, and I'll tell you what, as a coach of before the free kick, a losing team going into the sheds, that completely changes the team talk there for St. George.
100%. And, Sutherland have been so composed in the way they've played. They've been able to, they know they've got that lead. But now that they've lost that, it's 1-1. The momentum's with St. George FC heading into half-time and coming out of half-time. I'd be a bit more worried if I were the Sutherland Sharks. Here we go. Katsuta.
Looks to break.
Ooh. Yeah, I definitely want to be the St. George coach heading into half-time.
Right now, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of those where Justin Poon looks to the attack. Done well there by Matthew Mordich. Yeah, Abs, as I was saying, I think that completely changed the team talk for both coaches.
Ooh, there we go.
Well done there by St. George. Looks to reset. Oh, bit of miscommunication there. Sito's done well.
And that is half-time at Seymour Shaw. It is 1-1. Sutherland 1. St. George 1. It's been a beautiful half-time. It's been a great half of football, attacking football, and that's pretty much the way to sum it. Goals. And a bit of, let's just say, a couple missed strikes and some great saves have denied us probably a 5-6 goal.
Abs, you're correctly correct. I think Daniel Nizic has kept St. George here from scoring the equaliser early on in the game. But I think, Abs, we've got an exciting 45 here to come because it's 1-1 here at Seymour Shaw. We'll see you back after the break for an exciting second half in the NPL Men's Round 20.
to St George, and it's currently 1-1. Hope you enjoyed all the action. It's getting a little chilly now. The sun was out. I got a nice tan. I don't know about yourself. I feel good. How about you, sir? All right. Don't forget, if you haven't had anything to eat, you can avail yourself. Go to the kitchen over there, get yourself some great food. The food is fantastic, of course. Head up to Smithy's Bar with all the exclusive. Oh, those are the select for you. You guys are good. Don't walk over here. Well done. Smithy's Bar. Hope you guys are spending lots and lots of money over there. That's good. That's what you're there for. You got all the cash. That's right, sir. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our under eights. Our under eights are about to chase the shark. They will only go on my goes. They're not before. Under eights lining up at the line. Usain Bolt did this when he was 8 years old. And look what happened. He's got the world record, 9.58 for 100 meters. Can the shark outrun the under eights? Smithy. Hey, Sharky, when you guys are reading my call, I'll let you know. All right, under eights. So the first two to catch the shark will get themselves a shark jumper. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on my count, on your marks, get set, go! Oh, come on, people, let's go! Go, underwrites, go! Go! The shark is under attack. Have you ever seen a shark? The shark is under attack. Has he got him? Has he got him? Oh! The shark is moving! Oh my God, the shark is moving! He's absolutely knackered now, I can tell you. All right, we just need the first two, please. Two under eights who captured the shark.
They captured it.
Oh my God. The things that we come up with. Oh my goodness. I love it. All right. Can we make sure we get the names of those 2 under 8 kids, please, so we can mention them, make their parents proud that they caught the shark, who ran 200 meters and then nearly died. Ladies and gentlemen, when you give under 8 kids, please give them a round of applause. Come on, add some fun. Oh, come on, make some noise for them, please. Let's go. You guys can drink and get happy later. Come on, make some noise for them. Yes. All right. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for bringing your kids down. Anybody know who they are, please? Let us know. Is that you? Okay, fantastic. to present to you our 2 under-8 winners in Chase the Shark. Please welcome Huxton and Leo. Oh, come on, somebody, give him a round of applause, please. Oh, how do you feel? Right, how do you feel? How do you feel, really? Really good in yourself? Shark supporter? Well, you better be. You're getting a sharp jumper. I mean, my goodness, yes. Well done, Huxton and Leo. Give another round of applause, guys. Well done, guys. Good job. So you got to go and see. Who's got their jumpers, please? Who's got their top? Let's go. So good. I guess you get to see. Somebody, oh, there you go. There you go. See this man. This man. Beautiful. Take him to the shop. That's how we do it. Oh, great goal right here for the mini rose. Ah, yeah, wonderfully executed. And another goal over here. It's all happening right now. We want to thank our major sponsor today, of course, the WM, a proud supporter of the Sharks. Thank you to the team. Because don't forget, if you go and mention that Dominic Wayne, who you support, of course, you're going to get yourself a great discount on new cars if you're after a new car. Of course. Why wouldn't you? Dominic GMW is your one-stop shop for all things automotive. Things are out here, you just go across the line and you just keep moving. Keep calm and keep moving. Oh, he's in! Oh! Oh! Alright, ready? Let's go. Oh, two! We might be there. Final moments in these games. Me and Bruce and George's runner have to get ready to bring on the big boys. Ladies and gentlemen, just around New Sutherland men's, it is Sutherland Sharks 1. St George 1. Bro, just call them Sutherland, that's what it is. St George 1, Sutherland 1. Coming up, it is the second half of action. The passionate response of the parents of loving it down here. Who said there was no passion in the game? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, why don't you give our kids the mini Reese and George's round, big round of applause, please. Come on, family, let's go. Make some noise to our kids as the big kids come back on. Coming out the second half of action, St George and The current score is 1-1. Here we go. Why are you here? Why are you here? You question.
We're just about back for the second half. There has been a substitution on the St. George side. We do say Sunday Iona come off for Nikola Skataric. Tom?
Yeah, Abs, I agree. I think Nikola tried to assert himself, Abs, but I think he got out-muscled.
Yeah.
And I think it's a smart substitution, and just scoring before half-time, I think it's crucial, and I think hopefully St. George can capitalise on that.
100%. And I do think the yellow card definitely had something to do with it there.
Of course.
Yeah. 100%, and obviously when you're on a yellow this early into the game, it's not easy. And the character of Skataric, you see he's a physical striker. He's able to get shoulder to shoulder, and sometimes that can get, it can work with you or it can work against you.
Of course, Abs, and we've seen Justin Poon, I believe, Abs, has actually moved into that central role, and really, really excited for that.
100%. We see St. George. Look, I think they're going to look to dominate proceedings here with their possession play. They have turned it over there. Mason Fernandez just can't get back to
He's been excellent, Labs. I think Mason and McGowan there for Sutherland have been rock solid, and I think that really, really big part as to why they asserted dominance for 44 minutes.
100%. And Matthew Moric as well. If you look at the way he moves across the field, the way he's able to get across the midfield, it's played a massive part in there, and the way they've been able to keep the ball in the first half.
He's been excellent, Labs, and I think he has that youth, that dynamism.
Yeah.
That bit of speed, that bit of urgency.
McDonald with a long throw to McGowan.
Adam O'Shea watches that ball go out. He couldn't keep that in, unfortunately.
Hey, the way they're doing throw-ins, I think Rory Delap's come and given them a visit. That's all twice.
As I told you, they've got a few of these Rory Delaps here at Sutherland, mate. I wouldn't be surprised if Liam signs a short-term contract.
He's off to Chelsea, unfortunately, there. Your club, Thomas.
Abs will move swiftly on from there.
Katsuta off to McDonald. Back
beautifully worked there from Fernandez.
Not to be confused with Enzo. We go. Ooh, Moric
just got out-muscled, unfortunately. Aiden O'Shea, he's done wonderfully. Ooh. And that's a brilliant challenge there by Matthew Moric.
Again,
that's exactly what you want to see from a player, Abs. You lose it, you get it back.
100%. I think with the challenge there, he had to be careful. Obviously, being on a yellow himself. Any wrong challenge there, that's a second yellow. He's off the field. So, well done to the young one, because he's definitely been able to perfect that there, and he's everywhere. Like
he's absolutely everywhere.
He's everywhere. He's obviously started now a bit wider. You'll see him move into midfield, and he's very much that modern six. Yep. I like to call it the modern Kante.
I agree.
Was that ideal six, that kind of
completely
the way people saw defensive midfielders to be. We moved into, and we use the Premier League as an example because people like to base their game off that. You look at Rodri now, and I think we're moving towards that mobile six. That I'm not going to say the Matthew Moric mold, but
not quite yet.
Yeah, kind of like that Declan Rice style, where you can go side to side, back to front, push up and attack if you need to, come back and dip in and play a centre back role. And you see him doing that there. He's very much a general in the middle of the field. But we do say, I believe that's Sunday there on the right. Again, I personally, I've seen a few games with him this season, and he's an exciting one to watch.
Sunday Yona, correct?
Yes. He's definitely one to keep an eye out for this half.
As we can see there what he's about. He's got that pace, he's energetic, he wants the ball, you can see there. He looks to give and go. Fortunately, doesn't get the go. But St. George do hold on possession.
O'Shea is in a bit of space himself, as we
It's a
continue to see.
good ball there from Yona. Yona's on the ball now.
It looks to be a corner for corner for St. George right there. That's my bad there. But yeah, we're going to start seeing a bit more of that St. George dominance now. I think the fresh legs on the wings are definitely going to play a big difference. And we've seen already, O'Shea will find himself in space. And it's only a matter of time before they find him there with a through ball or across the box.
I agree, Abs. St. George deliver the corner. Decent looking ball. Back here is St. George.
Ooh, that's over the bar.
And I believe that was a Cronulla Sharks conversion, Abs. Was that a...
Yeah, that's the neighbouring club over here.
The neighbouring club.
But yeah. And it's going to be an interesting second half. And we see, I think, again, the fullbacks are going to play a massive part. You'll notice that Caligeru is just up and down that flank. And I think Troy Danaskis still hasn't finished his contribution to this
Definitely
game.
not.
Expect to see him get back into those dangerous areas, provide those crosses. And if he gets a chance again, we'll probably hit one himself. There you go.
Safety does well. Speaking of that man, Danaskis watches it go out for a St. George throw-in. As you alluded to before, he's an experienced player. You watch it there. A lot of young players would have maybe tried to keep that in, assert themselves. Just watches it go out, resets the play there for St. George, and Yona turns his man beautifully, wins a free kick. That's exactly what we want from your substitution, Abs. Bit of energy, bit of dynamism, and getting straight involved into the game.
110%. As we see them resume play through Caligeru. There we go. And they're effectively doing what Sutherland are doing to them in the first half. Just try to pretty much break down the wall down the wing. You'll see they'll probably shift back out here to Danaskis. There we go. As they look to go long.
Justin Poon quite couldn't get that, unfortunately. Adam O'Shea just filling in for Poon there.
Yona.
Antonio.
O'Shea. And the press is back. We're seeing that St. George press, but that is a great ball to make.
Beautiful
Fernandez.
ball. Fernandez.
Look, he's looking to find McDonald, but there was a bit too much on that, and I think he misinterpreted the run that McDonald was going to put through there. Mason Fernandez looks to be playing a bit higher up. He's looking to be playing in that role that McGowan filled in the first half.
Yeah, I agree.
Almost like that second striker, attacking midfielder role.
I agree.
That's great work there by Sutherland. It was a 2-on-1, and they've walked away with the throw in there. So,
what's that experience there from Sutherland, Abs?
Tom, how do you see the second half playing out?
Yeah, Abs, I think it's a bit too early to tell in the first 6 minutes, but I think Jonas provided a bit of energy, a bit of spark into this St. George side, and obviously the break and the goal helped.
Yeah.
But I think if they can continue on that, I think they could surprise a few people here.
100%.
And as we saw in round 19 with Marconi, that was a massive, massive result. Yeah. And I think they shouldn't count themselves out at all.
Yeah, but it's also credit to the league itself and the way teams are able to, regardless of where you are on the table, any day, any team could turn up and they're able to basically pull off an upset. And we saw last week, not saying that St. George FC have had a bad season. By their standards, they've probably had a normal or regular season. But to turn up against Marconi on a game like that, walk away with a draw. And then on the flip side, walk into this game potentially as favourites, given the position on the table. And how Sutherland turn up the way they have, it's only credit to the league. It's only credit to the competitiveness of this league here as well.
It's a very strong league here, Abs. As we've seen by the challenges, we've seen by the energy, we've seen by the passionate display from both teams. St. George look to break. They're going to look to send Yona, but wonderfully worked again from Ty McGowan. He's been wonderful first half and in the first 7 minutes of this second half. Caligeru, well worked. We're with Ty McGowan.
Fernandez on the ball. Fernandez. Handball shout there, but it looks like the referee has.
I believe it was incidental, Abs there. And here we look to have a Jordan Roberts Sutherland corner. Abs again. I know I've asked you every single corner, but he doesn't seem to change. Will this be the one where he maybe changes his approach instead of going high and deep?
Look, it's worked for them the whole game. Personally, I don't think he'll change the approach very much there. Expect it to very much be the same. I think he'll go to find that far post. As they run in, Well, that's a great claim there by Siren. Very, very good claim.
He's asserted himself well there. Here we are with St. George. Sito. Decent ball into Caligiru. Again, Abs Markarodic just looks to be calming things down, asserting himself there. Danaskas with Sito. Ooh, just a bit of a slip there from St. George. And can Sutherland break?
It's Moric there to Petratos. Slips again.
Couple of bites at the heel. War intercepted there from Caliguru and St. George. Tries to release Yona.
Oh, the pace from Poon there. Poon.
Poon's on to Yona. Strikes. Well work there from Sutherland. Great block. St. George unlucky there.
Yeah, that was a great strike there by Antonio. It was just a shame that the Sutherland defender got it there, because honestly it was a great piece of counter-attacking by St. George right there. And I'll be honest with you, if they do keep that up, we've seen them be able to trouble teams with it this season. They might just snag that second goal. But
absolutely.
It's just giving the vibe this game where all it's going to take is one mistake, one wrong turnover.
I can sense that, yeah.
And the other team's going to be able to take advantage. So see how that goes. But St. George are back in possession. I believe that's Caligiru there on the ball. Look, I will say this though, with St. George, they've really built themselves back into this game.
Beautifully worked there. Danaskas looks to provide that trademark cross-lat switch. Doesn't work off that time.
Yeah. Look, but Yona's getting himself in dangerous positions. Like, I think when the way he's effectively come into this game, he's tiring out. And I think the biggest thing with Sutherland in the second half is their ability to not so much get up and down the field, but maintain the game, have some control. They troubled St. George FC in that first half with a lot of their, let's just say, tirelessness in midfield, tirelessness on the flanks. St. George have very much, let's just say, countered that the second half with the possession that they've played through. And I think when it comes to this second half, bringing on Yona and allowing Poon to trouble the centre-backs down the middle, he's much quicker than both their centre-backs. He's much quicker than Ahmed, having to go side to side with him. It's going to be very much, they're going to stretch him. And Matthew Moric, as we can see, he's taken a much higher position in midfield coming in. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But like I said, I expect, one mistake, one missed tackle, one mistimed opportunity, and it's going to open up a gate. So
yeah, Abs, I would have loved to be in that St. George change room at halftime, because I think Fabian Michelli has had as an interesting word with his players, and they've come out looking like a different side. Here's St. George. Oh. Great save by Siren again. He's kept them in the game. Wow. Sutherland Sharks with a great opportunity. Abs, I believe that was Ty McGowan or Katsuso.
I think, it was, believe it looked like Katsuta.
Katsuta,
I think it was Katsuta there on a chance there. Look, again, it's unfortunate that they couldn't necessarily get on top of that one, but it goes to show you again, all it takes is one mistimed opportunity, one mistimed tackle or pass, and they're through. It's very much a cat and mouse game. Sorry, Abs, it was Ty McGowan. My apologies, I've just seen his shirt there turn around. The lights have started to fade here. Yeah, we need the lights to turn on here, so see more sure. Ty McGowan, I'm sure if he had that time again, he would have loved to bury that and take a precious possible lead 2-1. We got Suris on the ball there. Abs, we can see a change being prepared here for St. George. Can you just, because I can't quite see who's coming on there for St. George. Daniel Chen are looking to come on. We'll just wait to see who comes off for him. But we are seeing a change in shape as well. We're seeing Troy Danaskas take a much, much higher position up the field. Even in midfield, you're seeing players like Evangelo Suris being able to take a much wider position, almost covering for Danaskas. As we see him put a cross into the box. Beautiful ball in. It's cleared out there. Should be back in St. George's hands, though. Ooh, it was a high foot. Yeah. I think Antonio's a bit unfortunate there. But yeah. Again, we go back. We say the same thing. It looks like it will be Aidan O'Shea coming off for Chan, Yel Chan. So it'll be a straight swap.
That's 2 changes there for St. George.
Yeah.
2 changes and 2 forward changes. What do you think of those changes?
Yeah, I expect to see Yel Chan take that central position, as we can already see Poon taking the position out on the left wing. So that's interesting. He's played on the right, the left, and down the middle all in one game so far.
I agree, Abs. I think he's a very versatile player, Justin Poon, and I think he's a wonderful addition here to St. George. And I think, I'll be honest with you, he looks more than likely so far out of those forward players from both teams to grab that second goal.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Here we go. Let's see.
Is Yona looking to get out of a small space there. Can't quite do it on that occasion.
Yeah. And we talked about his impact up the field. I think his impact in defence and pressing with his pace has been immense. Here we go.
Yo Chan.
Yona to Yo Chan. On goal.
Can he find Justin Poon?
Ooh. That's a great piece of defending there by the Sutherland centre-back. I will tell you that. That looked almost certain to be a shot on goal. But they have done a good job at the back. Like Lachlan Fields there. And Mohamed Ahmed. Rushing in, being able to do what they do was immense there.
And they've looked to start quickly, which is good. Here's Lachlan McDonald. Wonderfully worked there from Fernandez. Here's Ty McGowan. Fair challenge there. Ooh, Damascus. Deemed fair. Refs caught it on the break there for St. George. That's interesting. I'm sure Fabian Michelli would be happy with that because St. George looked to be off their Abs.
Yeah, 100%. Look, all said and done, he does look like he's in a bit of pain there. I believe that could be, it's McGowan.
Yep.
That was there in the challenge. Yeah, he's in a bit of pain. I think it might be a few minutes break here because he looked like it could have been a head injury as well on top of that. So, yeah, you gotta stop the game, regardless of the chance, regardless of how far ahead you are. If it's a head injury, referee immediately to stop. And it looks like a bit of agony there. So we might be seeing a further change there for Sutherland. Just
the first change of the game severity for Sutherland, and we wish him all the best currently, and hopefully he will be able to continue on a lovely game so far and an exciting second half that we've seen. We'll just wait here for confirmation.
It does look fine. It's been up. Yeah, I believe
it is. Absolutely.
Could be wrong. Just waiting to see the back of his jersey. Katsuta.
Stadium's clapping him off there. Abs, I believe he looks to be okay. And Steve Zordich deems him okay and able to contribute in a wonderful second half of football here at Seymour Shaw. Here's Sunday Yona. Back to Mark Rodic. Oh, wonderfully worked there. He's come on there straight away. Tell you what, Steve Zordich must be happy with that immediate introduction.
Yeah, that's great work. Great work by the midfielder there. And, you know, if the way he came on, just bounced back on the field, intercepted the ball and moved on from there. That's Yel Chan there, pressing.
First involvement here from Yel Chan. Oh, not the best clearance there from this itch. Kept in.
Tried the Nascus there. Puts in a cross.
He's Yel Chan. Oh, Daniel Nizic claims well, comes out. That's a sign of an experienced keeper there, Abs. Certainly dominant straight away, claiming there and said, that's my ball at all costs.
Look, the most important thing, what people don't realise with goalkeeping is just that timing. If you take the wrong step, 1 second too early, 1 second too late,
Mason Fernandez leaves it, and Lachlan McDonald is driving forward here for Sutherland Sharks. Delivers. Here they are. And it's safely in Mackenzie Siron's hands. Looks to break here with McDonald being exposed forward. Here's Justin Poon.
He's got Yel Chan in the middle. Ooh.
Can he find him?
No,
he cannot.
Hey, I will say, though, that break that Katsuta's just had, he's gone from one end to the other, back to the other, and this game is beginning to open up.
It is beginning to open up.
We're starting to see a much more end-to-end game, similar to what we saw in the first 10 minutes. But here's the difference. These sides have now played almost 70 minutes of football.
Yep.
You're going to see a game that's effectively just opened up to the point now where, you know, there's going to be mistakes, there's going to be a bit of sloppiness, but the entertainment now is at peak.
Here it is, Abs. And we've got the best seat in the house here with a wonderful delivery from St. George. Nizic does claim. And look at him up straight away. The number 22 there for Sutherland Sharks. Getting into position, getting ready.
Fortunately, couldn't find Katsuta there.
Nizic once again, Abs, I think he's hurt us. He's just trying to take the steam out of the game. Calm it down there for Sutherland Sharks because it did look a bit frantic there. McDonald was exposed when he drove forward. Sutherland Sharks do retain possession from a wonderful delivery from Daniel Nizic. Matthew Mordich with a decent looking ball. Just a bit too much weight on that there for Sutherland Sharks' case. I think the ball kids are being a bit cheeky there. They're throwing the ball over. And Mackenzie Siron will kick us off. Nicholas Kaliegru just calming it down there for St. George. Siron looks to go long. Can Danaskis bring it down? He does wonderfully. Cleared by Sutherland. Evangelosaurus. Beautiful work there. Plays Danaskis. Just behind him, Danaskis does really, really well. Wonderfully worked there by Justin Poon. Oh, and he did get pulled down there by the Sutherland Sharks defender. Muhammad Ahmed, yes, he did manage to pull down Justin Poon. And we've got an interesting position here for St. George. And we await Bay Antenu for his delivery on goal.
Now, do we think he's going to cross it in, or do we think that he is going to take it on himself?
Quickly before he takes, I think his body shape. He's going to deliver a ball in. He does. Ooh. On the rebounds, the second. Sandayona blasts over, unfortunately, for St. George.
That is a great chance.
Yes, I agree completely.
Look, again, it's unfortunate that he can't take it there, but they're creeping closer and closer and closer to that second goal. And right now, they're looking the likely.
So you think, based on this 20 so far, you think St. George are looking the more likely teams to score?
I think they look like they've got more energy in them still. I think Sutherland have begun to tire out a little bit, but they have not necessarily lost too much of their shape.
No.
But you also got to ask yourself, the amount of numbers that St. George are sending forward, is there a likelihood that Sutherland do hit them on the counter?
Correct, absolutely. Yeah. Just past the 21st minute mark here of the second half. Here on a wonderful Saturday night. And Chan Yo Chan has done well, combined with Justin Poon there. He's been really good, Abs. He just looked to settle down that possession here for St. George.
Yeah, 100%. There we go. As they look to reset down the middle, they've turned it
Mark
over.
Rodic, not the best ball there.
That's Katsuta on the ball.
Two-time McGowan.
No.
Wins his team a corner. And Jordan Roberts, he's got the most stamina, I believe, here at Seymour Shaw. He's gone from left to right for every single corner here for Sutherland. Can he make one of them count here? We'll wait and see his delivery. Let's see if it's one of his trademarks deliveries. It's a decent delivery in. Sandayona clears for the time being. They do recycle here. The Sutherland Sharks, beautiful delivery in. Ooh. And it's gone wide, unfortunately, from a Sutherland Sharks player. And we will resume with a quick goal kick to Danaskis. It's pumped forward aimlessly, unfortunately, for St. George. Daniel Nizic will claim. And again, Nizic just looking to take this thing out of the game here. Danaskis does well. Lachlan McDonald does really, really well. And here is Kotso. Excellent delivery in. Jordan Roberts at the back post. Still manages to keep it in. Monic at the back post, waiting for the cutback. Gets to him. Here they are, queuing up. And they've just managed to clear there.
Yeah, there's call for handball there, but it looked like his arm wasn't in a natural position. I believe that's Poon on the ball there. Called back for a foul. There we go. That's Suris trying to play it quickly, but they will reset.
As I think for St. George, what Mordich has been for Sutherland, I think Evangelos has been for St. George. He's been incredible.
100% there as we see St. George on the attack. Oh, that's a great cross there by Antonu. But that's a corner.
It is a corner there, Abs, for St. George. Played short.
That's a beautiful cross in there.
Yelch,
just above the bar.
And it's just gone over. As what do you think of your chance performance? Looking to assert himself.
Oh, he's been sensational since coming on. The pace, the power, the confidence. He's just missing a bit of composure, and you got yourself a complete striker there.
Yep.
But I do think once he's one-on-one with the keeper, once he gets his chance, he will bury it. It's just a matter of, whether he can brush off the Sutherland defenders. Because I will say Mohammed Ahmed at centre-back, alongside Lachlan Fields, have made it hard for him.
That.
Yeah, and then as they did in the first half, with Skataric, apologies if I mispronounced that one there, they definitely made it trouble for him. And that yellow card came from frustrations as well. So here we go. We replay Sutherland back on the ball. But as we've seen all first half, St. George have taken it and they brought the game back.
Looking to find Sunday Yona. Makes it difficult for Nizic. Nizic does well. Sends it long.
Plenty of composure there as well from Nizic.
Evangelos. Thanasis looking to overlap. Doesn't choose to use him. Ooh. And it is a foul there from Evangelos. Ref looked to be reaching in his pocket. Is not. No. I think there was a foul clear there on Mordich.
Yeah, 100%. I think Suris as well has been top-notch in his game today. And he's gone under the radar as well. I think that first half performance, obviously, we talked a lot about Damascus, but, he's an engine in midfield. He's able to go from end to end, from attack to defence, and it's only benefiting his side. Now, you see him now take a much more advanced position than he usually does. But, again, that's credit to his skill set as we go for a Troy Damascus throw.
Credit to Chanyo Chan there for closing. Ahmed down there for the Sutherland Sharks.
Here we go.
Here's Chanyo Chan. Can't manage to bring it down that time. Jordan Roberts plays a lovely ball. Two-time McGowan.
Troy Damascus looks to press there, but that's a Sutherland ball.
It is. No one at the moment forward.
He's a jack of all trades, Petralos. Trying to take the throw-in, score the goals. He's genuinely one of those ones. He's a special one here in this league. But
some would say the Alec Uruseski of Sutherland.
No, more like the Kai Havertz of Sutherland Sharks.
Calm down, mate. Calm down. Here's Justin Poon. Does well.
Petralos pressing.
Mark Rodic not messing about there. Abs, you know the saying, if in doubt, kick it out. That's the one, mate.
Learned that a few years ago. It's in my days as a centre back.
They were limited guys, don't worry.
Half a season.
There was a handball there, unfortunately, from...
It's a foul to Sutherland, I believe.
Caden Wright, I believe.
Mordich stands over the ball. I think he wants to take it quick, but it does look like we will go for a set piece here.
Yeah, he's looking to deliver this in. Hopefully Matthew Mordich can deliver a quality ball in. Plays shorts.
It's Mason Fernandez.
A little bit under hit there.
Poon does look to be... Oh, here we go.
Poor clearance there.
Yeah, look, I think Poon's struggling a little bit. I believe it looks like his foot might have been stepped on there in that sequence, but we take it back for a Sutherland throw-in.
With Lachlan McDonald.
Also known as Rory Delap, but he'll look for a long one here, I think. He'll try to find Petralos.
Oh, Abs, you've been proven wrong there, my friend. He's done wonderfully there.
Crosses
beautiful ball in. Dealt with for now. Sunday Yona looking to win it back. That's wonderfully worked there from Ty McGowan. And it's a handball. He's won a team. A handball in a very dangerous position. Abs, Jordan Roberts has picked it up immediately. Do you think he's going to go for goal here?
I mean, he's tried to find his teammates the whole game with his corners, with his free kicks. I think from this range, you surely have to go for goal. Now, the question is he the one that's going to take it?
Petrados is standing over it as well.
Yeah.
Abs, if you're a betting man, gamble responsibly, of course. Who do you think's taking it?
First and foremost, we don't condone.
That's what I said. Gamble responsibly.
But if I was to give you my prediction, it'd have to be Roberts.
Okay. We see Daniel Wong lining up for Sutherland here. It will be amazing if he can join in the celebrations if this goes in as well.
Look, Daniel's a bright player.
He's a really bright player.
There we go. As we
Here
see,
he is.
Roberts stands over it. Looks like he will be the one to take it.
I think he will be. Is he going for goal? He is. He shoots over the ball. Abs, I think the deflection just saved St. George there because it was wonderfully placed. Wasn't much power, Abs, but I'll tell you what, it was almost inch-perfect precision there from the Sutherland Sharks.
100%. And as we can see now, I believe it'll be Ty McGowan coming off for Daniel Wong. Look, Daniel Wong is a sensational player. He's a young player. And at the start of the season, was absolutely in fine form. He's finding his form back into the side now. And it looks like there will be a second substitution for St. George. As we can see.
Here we go. Starts one.
Yeah, believe that is. Can't turn around and see there, but may have been Caden Wright that's just come off in terms of who's come on. We do apologise. The team list must have had a mistake in there, Thomas. Let's just confirm that.
Here we are with Sutherland going forward. Jordan Roberts, I think he's been really bright today.
There
He's
we
been
go.
excellent.
Pat O'Shea has come on.
Pat O'Shea, the number 6 there for St. George.
We need to update the notes, Thomas.
We've got Sunday Yona here and Chan Yo Chan. Press in there.
There we go.
Oh, Sunday Yona. He's got the ball back for St. George. Connects. Here's Chan Yo Chan. Cuts in. Take it 2-1.
That's one too many touches for my liking, personally.
Abs, I think that is a chance that if he could have again, he would most definitely reconsider his decision because I think, as you alluded to, he took one too many touches. And unfortunately, St. George could be celebrating in the away corner right now.
110%. And I think when it comes to a chance like that, you just have to just trust your instinct and shoot. Because if you're not shooting and you take too much time, you're going to overthink it. And you end up with chances like that where, believe me, I can barely hit a ball on target. No, but
I second that.
But you just got to be able to just hit it.
Here's Jordan Roberts. Early delivery in. Not dealt with. Sutherland still have the ball here. Well delivered in. Here on the edge of the box. And Justin Pooh looks to break forward. Does. Ken Chen Yo Chan.
Moric back on the ball. That was awesome.
Ooh, in the back of his legs. I believe that was Evangelosaurus.
I will say, though, that form by Moric there, the way he looked to shape and hit it, was, if it wasn't for the block, I looked like it was going in.
He's a quality player, Matthew Moric. Here's Jordan Roberts, Abs. For Sutherland. Looks to take him on and deliver. Wins his team another corner in the second half. And once again, tradition has not broken. He is taken, I repeat, every single corner for the Sutherland Sharks.
Mate, it's no longer called the corner, it's called the Jordan Roberts. That's what we're going to call it.
Left and right, he doesn't miss. We await his corner here at Seymour Shaw. Delivers it in. It's high and deep again.
That's Matthew Moric on the edge of the box.
Deliver back in. Not dealt with here. Still got it here for Sutherland Sharks. It's bobbling around. And Chen Yo Chen manages.
He looks up. He does have Antonio up the field. Can't seem to get it back.
Lachlan McDonald, well worked. However, we do have
Antonio,
here.
There we go. And that's Sunday Yona.
Sunday Yona.
On. Plays it through to Antonio. I just can't get there.
They weren't on the same wavelength there, unfortunately, Abs. It was bobbling around in the St. George penalty area. Like a pinball machine, Abs, as the saying goes.
We got about 13 minutes or so left in this game.
Abs, I'm not going to repeat there what Fabian Michelli just said because we might lose our jobs. But I think he was quite unhappy there. And as we go into these final 15 minutes, it sets up a really exciting final 15 here, Abs.
100%. And you guys, Dan Munizic goes along for the 50th time today. Yeah, no, it's definitely shaping into one of those games. And,
It is.
You know, it's a pleasure to watch it. We always enjoy these type of games.
We do, Abs. Hopefully a frantic 15 to come. A spectacle for the neutrals, some would say, Abs.
Yeah.
Matthew Mordich has won his 15th free kick. What have you thought of the young man's performance here, Abs?
Definitely one to look out for. Definitely one to look out for. And I think, you know, the way it's shaping, the way he's positioned within his team, he's only going to grow even more further. I agree. So,
I agree.
Yeah, and you know, he's definitely one of those that I could see potentially growing and moving up in terms of the ranks within Australian football.
I agree.
Potentially going overseas because he's got that style, that mould.
Correct. Yeah. Abs, his father played for the Socceroos. His brother was involved in the young Joeys as well, Abs, under 17s. I know the family quite well, and Matthew's a credit to everything because he's a really, really exciting player for Australian football.
Yeah. Like you said, you come from a long line. You know, him coming from a long line of
Mordiches,
successful Mordiches in football. It's never easy, as Troy Danaskas tries to play a ball there. It's never easy to maintain that status, be able to handle the pressure of the name. But he's done well. You know, what he's done here at Sutherland Sharks has been, you know, no more than astonishing at the end of the day. He's done such a good job here. But
Daniel Wong's first action, unfortunately, is a foul. They look to release Sunday Yona early. Nizic comes out with intent.
The pace on Sunday Yona is immense.
It's scary, Abs, and you can see straight away what St. George are trying to do in the final minutes here, trying to wear them out.
100%. You guys will see Yorchan take a slip. I think it's this side of the field. We've seen Petrados in the first half, as we see Mason Fernandez look for, I believe that is Roberts. He's got Petrados on the inside, but
he's kept it in.
As he crossed it in. As it back out. Petrados.
Hits it well.
Oh, it's a great save by Siren there. Great save. Get down low, get down quick.
They release Danaskas early. Takes a great forward touch with intent, and here's Chen Yorchan. He's done well.
My only thing, I think Yorchan's been great, but I think if he lifts his head there, even the last couple of times he's made that run, looks up, he will find his teammates, and I think it'll open a few more avenues for St. George to attack him. Otherwise, his game has been relentless. But that is the only thing I can point out with his game is head up, look for your teammates, and then from there you'll be able to not just be a danger yourself, but create more space for yourself.
He's Sunday Yona. He's been excellent since he's come on. With intent, can he cut it back? Nizic does well. Still in the box there for St. George. Abs, I don't think anyone on this pitch has had a better second half than Sunday Yona for St. George.
100%. There we go.
And they've got the back.
Yeah. Trying to find Yorchan there.
And this is where Sutherland can be dangerous here. With Daniel Wong on the ball. It's a beautiful ball.
Mason Fernandez is through. He does have Petrados on that left side, but is unable to find him.
Just can't seem to find him there. And just like everyone in this stadium, Steve Zordich, 2 thumbs up, buddy.
And just a reminder, folks, at the end of festivities on the pitch, no one
back on the
is
ball.
allowed on the pitch. The players have to leave the pitch.
Sunday Yona sprinting forward. Chen Yorchan lurking. He's Sunday Yona plays it back, recycles possession.
No children, no adults, no human beings, no demons, no dogs on the pitch.
Yes, commentator, we won't be there either, mate. Don't worry. Don't worry.
As the PA guy just said, nobody, absolutely nobody, is allowed on the pitch after the game. Aliens, dogs included, as he said.
Sito, he's the Naskas.
Yes, ooh.
Wins his team a throw.
Tom, we're about 8 minutes left into this game of regulation time, and how do you see it ending?
Abs, I'm going to say it now. St. George will be very unlucky if they don't find the goal soon. Yeah. Possibly a winner.
We've seen probably a more dominant performance in the second half.
Completely.
Sutherland had in the first. And I think it's the way they haven't let Sutherland creep back into this game. It's been astonishing to watch as we see a strike. No.
Not on the same wavelength. This could be dangerous here for Sutherland Sharks. Jordan Roberts looking to overlap. I think it's just a bit too much when Sunday Yona especially is against the upper.
100%. Not running down Sunday Yona in these.
As I'll tell you what, he's got rapid plus and quick step plus.
Oh, he's got it all. Mate.
He's got it all, mate. He's got every play. He's got every play style you can have.
There we go.
Mohammed Ahmed here for the Sutherland Sharks. Beautiful ball to Lockie McDonald. And they've got the 1-2. Can he get it?
Troy Danaskas. Mr. Reliable.
He's there, mate.
Yeah.
He's there and everywhere.
Mason Fernandez, I think he's going to hand it off to McDonald for the throw-in.
Rory Delap, you mean, Abs?
A.K.A. Rory Delap. Will he go long this time, you reckon?
Well, we haven't seen it for a while. Shaping, especially with no options there. I think he is, Abs. He's taking those steps back. Can he provide one of his Andy throw-ins, his trademarks? It's a beautiful ball in. Daniel Wong, unfortunately, doesn't get the redirect that he wanted. And we do end up with a St. George goal kick.
Just an update for those following as well. I think very dependent on this result as well. Sutherland's rivals in and around, I believe the team that sits behind them at the moment is the Western Sydney Wanderers. It's currently still 0-0 at Christie Park against the Northwestern Spirit. So, yeah, we'll keep updated with that one.
Oh, Chan Yo Chan.
There you go, Mason
Just couldn't
Fernandez.
find that redirect.
But yeah, Mason Fernandez again has been another. If you could pick him out of the match now, Tom, who would it be?
Am I going for the whole match? Overall?
Overall.
Oh, I'm deciding between Mason Fernandez and Ty McGowan.
And
Troy Danaskis up there as well.
a reason for all three.
Okay. Ty McGowan, I think he's been absolutely excellent off the ball.
Yeah.
He's asserted himself, especially in that first 60. He's been there, and everywhere. I think Mason Fernandez, technically on the ball, one of the best players on the pitch. And Troy Danaskis, as you alluded to, Mr. Reliable for St. George.
100%. And I think, as we've seen the game grow, Troy's been consistent.
Again, he's just won the head of their abs. He's incredible. He's an absolutely everywhere. Lockie McDonald, mate, they need you back on the pitch. Evangelo Suris with not the best ball, but St. George do manage to recover. And Sunday Yona here on the ball. You know what he's going to do? He's going to try and take on his man. Plays. Chan Yo Chan manages to hold it up. Not the best redirect. And we're there with Petrados. It's a really good challenge there from Sito. Here's Sunday Yona. Justin Poon unmarked at the back post if they can find him. Sunday Yona still on the ball. Suris Danaskis playing well. Still got it. Justin Poon here. Can he deliver a ball? He does.
Bit of a disappointing one there. He had two options. Either go to Yelchan at the back post or, like we said, you got a Kona.
Yep.
But found neither, and the chances there wasted. Look, they're pushing, like you said. I think if there's going to be a team that's going to get that goal this
Correct.
game.
Absolutely. Abs, I think we've got 85 minutes here played at, once again, the hallowed Seymour Shore, the beautiful Seymour Shore ground. Abs, final 5-minute thoughts. If one team was to find a winner, and I think we do deserve a winner, we do deserve another thrilling goal here, Abs. As Sutherland are attacking, who do you think it may be?
In terms of Sutherland, are we talking the Sutherland side? If it's Sutherland, it's definitely Petrados.
Yep.
He's going to find himself. But I think Yelchan looks likely. I would not be surprised if Antonu pops up in the back with a goal, but it could be anyone. I can't pick, because the four that have attacked with St. George in the second half have been absolutely immense. Between Poon, Yelchan, Antonu, and Sunday Yona.
Roberts still has it.
Here we go.
Sutherland do look to deliver. And it's scrambled out for a corner kick, which I'm going to spoil it now, guys. Jordan Roberts will be taking.
It's called it's
called the
not a
Roberts corner.
kick, it's called the Jordan Roberts. No, but it's we say that not so much as a joke, but it's more so, it's very rare to find players that can.
Abs, it's an absolute art to deliver a ball in.
It's be able to do it on both feet as well. Be able to do it from both.
The
sides.
crowd's excited. Delivers the ball in. Not the best cleared.
I think that's
Believe
Moric. Oh, Matthew Moric, I believe that was so close, so close, so close. Here we go. We are counting down the clock. 3 minutes of regulation to go. Again, keeping up with that Spirit Wanderers game. It's still 0-0. 10 minutes in.
Mark Rodic on the ball for Kelogru. They look to release Sunday Yona, as they have all half.
Keep an eye for Yelchan in that box. Oh, it's a challenge there. Looks
collision.
like a corner.
It is a corner, Abs, for St. George. Just checking on the players. They did seem to have a collision near the corner of the fence. Hopefully both players are okay. They've got them both to their feet. St. George looking to attack this corner. Sutherland looking to defend. We've got a thrilling 5 minutes here to play at Seymour Shore.
Tom, keep an eye for Troy Danaskis there. He's lurking. But I believe that's Daniel Wong there on the ball.
He's done really well there.
St. George do get
Danaskis, wonderful ball here to Chan. Yo, Chan takes him on, shoots.
That little bit, he's natural on the ball. The way he's able to move and switch with the ball, it's like it's connected with a string to his shoot.
Yeah.
But he's just got to have that little bit of composure. Take your time. Don't rush it. I'm sure he's scoring in the back of the net. But again, a great chance, great positioning, and that to just be able to go to where you need to go, top notch.
Abs, he's had a couple of chances here, and hopefully for St. George's case, there will be another one.
Yeah, I believe it's Akota Tayuka coming on the field for, I believe it's Evangelo Suris. He's coming off the field. That should be any minute now.
He's Lockie McDonald.
So they can take advantage. That'll be one of the very few times I would have actually caught Troy Danaskis out of position. Here we go.
Wonderful work there from, and it's a free kick here. Troy Danaskis grabs the ball, throws it away in disappointment, concedes a yellow card. Bit silly there from the captain of St. George.
Yeah, look, it's frustrations that are creeping in now. Without all that possession, all that dominance in that second half, and you're still not able to score, you're going to get frustrated. You're going to get moments like this. But it's up to Sutherland now on whether they can capitalise.
Absolutely, Abs. We're not going to pledge our allegiances to any teams here.
Listen, you're a neutral, but as we've seen the PA, the guy on the PA right now is chanting Sharkies. He wants them to win. He wants them to get on that goal. And I believe they are just checking on one of the players down there, covered by the medical, but I believe it's a St. George player that's down at the moment.
It could be this player that is about to get changed here for St. George.
Yeah, as we mentioned before, it is Koto Tayuka coming on. But I can see the referee changing the number on the board. That
might be changed here, Abs. Let's see.
4 minutes of added time there. But yeah, look, it's we still wait. There might be more than that, so it's completely fine. Yeah, we've just started the timer here, Tom.
We have
just to make sure,
we have on our iPhone 6 ready to go here.
Speak for yourself,
Abs. I think there is going to be a couple of added minutes here, and Abs, as long as this keeps going with this intensity, this can go on all day for my liking because it's a wonderful spectacle here.
Yeah, someone's got to give. And
do you reckon it will be within the 4 minutes though? That's the question.
Could be very well be here. Could be the next chance. Could be, as we've seen St. George do it in the past, in the dying moments of the game. As we see Suris come off, as we say, Toyuka makes his way onto the field.
Koto Toyuka.
Well,
and here,
Thomas, guess who's standing over the free kick?
I'll tell you what, it's the Jordan Roberts free kick. He's over it. And he's not going to do a Diabalo against Atletico Madrid. He's going to deliver it in to one that... Oh, not the best delivery in. Thank God I didn't finish that sentence.
Antonio gets his foot onto that one. There we go.
Wonderfully worked.
Fernandez.
Cleared. Chanyo Chan doesn't get his head on it because Antonio was there. Daniel Nizic sends it back up the park. Troy Danaskis.
Yeah, it looks like Sunday Owners moves centrally for the time being. Antonio has moved out to the left. Calling for a handball there, but it is denied. McDonald out to Fernandez. Oh,
great challenge.
Moric to Fernandez.
Roberts gets taken out. They put play on. He's brought it back. The coaches' Abs are having a word as well. It's all getting a bit heated here at Seymour Shore. And Abs, this is why we love football. Daniel Nizic comes over to check on the players' welfare as well. Abs, your thoughts on the challenge? Because it did look a big one.
It did. It was rough. He got him from behind. At the end of the day, the referee saw it a lot better than we did. But from our vision, it did look like he started him from behind. Now, this is depending on the severe. I believe that's Moric that's down at the moment.
Hopefully it's not. Maybe Jordan Roberts has with those orange boots that you can see from space.
Well, mate, your vision's a lot better than mine.
There we go. It is Jordan Roberts. Abs, hopefully the player is okay because as you alluded to, it didn't look the best of challenges there from, I believe it was Cito. He looks okay. It's going to be interesting to see how the referee does restart the play here, because no matter what, both teams won't be happy, because St. George were on the attack and Sutherland did want that free kick. It's going to be a St. George restart here, Abs. From whereabouts Roberts got fouled.
Looks like it'll be a drop ball.
Roberts is unhappy with the fourth official there.
But you know what? We're 3 minutes into at a time.
I think there's going to be at least 3 minutes more here, Abs.
Another 3 minutes.
And they haven't given the ball back here, Abs. Interesting from St. George.
Look, at the end of the day, irregardless, sometimes you've got to win at all costs. And
Troy Danaskis plays the ball over.
Antonio on the ball there. As he looks to find Yelchan, finds the back post. There we go.
Daniel Nizic. Daniel Nizic just cleaning his boots, cleaning his gloves.
Does he go long again, Thomas?
I think he is, Labs. I think he is. Goes long for Sutherland's case. Hopefully they can find the second contact here. No. Chan's on the ball. Sutherland win it back. And here they are. Jordan Roberts looking to get contact. He's deemed offside, unfortunately, there for Sutherland's case.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the first offside of the day.
I think there's been one in the first half. I think it's the first in the second half.
I think we're not too far from the stat, man. Is that our first offside of the day? No.
Definitely not there, Abs. I told you, I believe there was. Statman's laughed at your Abs.
Look, we're nearing the end of what's been a great game. And
it's been a wonderful game. Chan brings it down for St. George. Can he find a release? Releases it to Sunday Yona. Brings it down wonderfully. Looks to take a player on. Oh, he's dispossessed.
By Sutherland. As he looks to run down the field. There we go. Down the left side. Sutherland's in attack. He's got Petrados in the box, but that is a great tackle by the St. George defender.
He's good style.
Mate, the way that Katsuta's been able to recover it there.
Lockie McDonald keeps it in. No.
Oh, from our angle, that almost looks like an own goal.
Trey Machichi, big shout out, buddy. Great to see you here. Sutherland Sharks 1, St. George 1, with moments remaining in this.
I think there is a player down there just in back play.
City clash.
Yeah, again, we're 5 minutes and 20 seconds into 3 minutes of added time, Tom. I still think we've got a good minute to play.
Abs I alluded to, I think there is enough injury time. Hopefully to see this go into the early hours of Sunday morning, because it's a thrilling contest here, Abs, at Seymour Shore. And I think, as you alluded to, we've got a couple of minutes here still left. Referee, if you can hear us, mate, when you watch your performance back off tonight, please keep it going, mate. Keep it going. Abs, your overall thoughts on the contest?
No, it's been a great end-to-end game from minute one. I think we've generally been able to see the attacking prowess of both sides, but at the same time, they've maintained structural integrity this game. And, you know, 1-1's probably a fair score. You could argue that St. George have had the better of the chances in the second half than what Sutherland did in the first, but overall, I think it's a fair game, and for the neutral, an exciting one.
Yeah, Abs, as you alluded to, I believe that's Katsuta that is down for the Sutherland Sharks. Just receiving some treatment here.
You caught the Sharks and couldn't get away. 100 metres and his hamstrings just gave out.
Hopefully it's not Katsuta's hamstrings that has given away, as the commentator has alluded to there. Tell you what, whoever this commentator is, he deserves a raise. He has not stopped the whole game.
No, he is. And then, like we said at the start of the game, it's the atmosphere that's created. Saturday evening, bring the kids down, come watch the football, and then you get an atmosphere like this. The kids are chanting still from minute one. People are still in the bar having a drink up there. The crowd's still pretty much almost packed out on this side. And they've come to watch a beautiful spectacle today. And, you know, the credit to the players that have come onto the field, all 22 and extras that have joined us. It's been great.
Abs, I agree. As we enter at a time, 7 minutes here on our clock. Abs, what's the score update currently with the Wanderers?
Still 0-0, 20 minutes in. We've got it going on the other side. Here we go. Yeah, well, I believe we've got probably anywhere between 30 seconds of a minute left to play. I believe that was Katsuta that has come off the field. I could be wrong. My eyesight, unfortunately, doesn't reach all the way down there, Tom.
Yeah, I'm following you there, mate. He's in the far, far corner here at Seymour Shore.
Yeah, here we go. But we do have a substitution for him. It does look like Nicholas Sullivan will be coming onto the field.
Number 8 coming on.
Here we go, and he is on.
Abs, fun fact, Nicholas Sullivan did play for the Wanderers, Abs, as well. And Perth Glory, I believe.
That is Daniel Wong that has come off as well. So
Daniel Wong, my
apologies for
apologies.
our mistake there. Yeah, here we go. Should be almost ready for full time.
Abs, yeah, Nick Sullivan was a really, really good youth prospect for the Wanderers, Abs, as well.
Yeah.
And obviously Perth Glory a couple of years back. We'll see if he can have a late introduction here at Seymour Shore in the final proceedings of this game.
Anything could happen, mate.
Abs, I've seen crazy stuff.
Hey, as Ellie Goulding once said, mate, anything could happen.
As Abs, there's two boys from Western Sydney here commentating a wonderful game from the United by Football podcast. Anything could happen here with Sutherland here on the attack. Danaskas, Mr. Reliable, with St. George on the attack. Delivers a decent ball in. Justin Poon does well. Chan Yo Chan to Justin Poon. Brings it down nicely. Delivers a ball in. Well blocked there. Well blocked.
And it is full time here at Seymour Shore. It finishes 1-1. Sutherland drawing with St. George. What we expected and what we got were two very different things. Sutherland came in today, St. George came in today, and they both played their respective football brands. Ultimately, it was an exciting one for the neutral. Troy Danaskas, for me, was a standout today. Scored a goal and was able to do his job effectively, efficiently, and he didn't disappoint. Tom, who would you say your standout was today?
Abs, I've got 3 words for you. What a game. As you alluded to, Abs, it was a game for the neutral. It was a wonderful game. 2 ends of attacking football, and I think it was 2 tails. First half, Sutherland Sharks completely dominated. But St. George, as St. George do, they love their draws, don't they? And they got one just before the break, and it proved crucial here. And St. George, Sunday Yona played a massive role in their second half performance.
100%. Sunday Yona coming on. Chan Yelchan, who's receiving some treatment at the moment, definitely played a big part. I will say this, though. I think it's a valuable point for Sutherland.
Massive.
I think St. George would have preferred the 3 points, but Sutherland walking away with another point here is much, much healthy for their relegation battle down the bottom. And they don't want to get anywhere near close to Mount Druitt or Central Coast down at the bottom of the table. So this point will help them very much.
I agree. Abs, I know we are nowhere near qualified to give a man of the match, but Abs, if I could press you for one, who would be your man of the match today at Seymour Shore?
I think Troy Danaskas, just based off the fact that when his team wasn't dominating, when his team wasn't necessarily the stronger one in the first half, he was still a standout for them there.
I agree.
And then when his team took on the ball, when his team dominated possession, when they were able to effectively dominate the proceedings, he still stood out then. So for me, that's my man of the match.
Abs, I completely agree. And from us, from the United by Football Boys, we are on to round 21 next week. Abs, I've been Thomas.
I've been Abs.
Ciao from United by Football.
Ciao.